talk to you today about music as an offering. When we practice music and when we perform it, the common view for many of us is to become an achiever. So you're achieving proficiency in your instrument, or you're singing if you're a vocalist. And then you're going to take that to the concert stage, and then do something with that, become great at it. Those are wonderful motivations. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Other people enjoy music or whatever hobby you're doing, and you want to practice it to give you something to do, and put your mind on something, put your awareness on something, develop your brain or whatever that might be. So that's also good. But there's another group of practitioners that look at music and art as an offering to the presence within, which is an eternal aspect of what we are, which is something like a pure awareness. Or if you're oriented towards bhakti, offering to your chosen form of worship. And this is what the great saints of India who composed Tyagaraja, Muthuswami Dikshita, Shyama Shastri, but also the Western music masters like Brahms, Beethoven, and even Mozart, who didn't necessarily refer to it in that way, but he was seeing the truth in everyday activities. Anyways, when you view your practice as an offering, which is similar to the approach of surrender or letting go. So every time you practice, instead of saying, I'm going to master this and I'm going to do this, you can still do that. But we can approach it as an offering to life itself. And that's actually what's happening, everything we're doing. We don't realize it. That everything we do, whatever the motivation is, it's actually just an offering into life. It's just the overall life moving with itself. And music is a wonderful expression of that. And an easy one for us to find that truth about what we are, which is that we are come from life, we are life, and we can enjoy and experience this life without the suffering of the mind or the confusion of the mind. When you're practicing, I spoke earlier about improvisation, but really if you're practicing any kind of music, it could be a type of music that doesn't have improvisation. But you can actually take any given note that you're practicing and playing and use that as a vehicle to let go. It's kind of like a skydive. I mean, that's a bit of an extreme example, but let's say you're going to skydive and you want to have that experience of free fall. So then you have to go and take a plane and you get really high up into the sky, and then you get ready and then you jump and then you're in the free fall. Music, it's a lot easier. All you have to do is start playing the piece as you've practiced it, and as far as possible, completely let go, as far as you're able to let go of and surrender or offer whatever you're doing into that moment of your experience, and just enjoy the experience. And so you can actually go very quickly into the experience of just pure being without having to try very hard. You don't have to take any medicine, or you don't have to really do anything. I'm afraid to say you don't have to meditate for hours because I might get in trouble for that. but you can have a direct insight that life is actually flowing through your body and your life, your individual life, simply by experiencing that when you're playing. So what is it that gives you the breath? If you're playing a wind instrument, how do you blow into the instrument? So these are all things you can experience, where did that come from? So when you're breathing and you're playing, how is it that you're able to touch the piano? So that it's not that you have to give an answer to these questions, but this pulls us back into the essence of what we are. And as you're doing your music practice, how is it that your voice is able to come out? Where does it come from? So as you play, you let go into that just natural feeling of being, and you'll find a deeper peace and more enjoyment when you're playing. If anyone suffers from anxiety or something like that, when you're practicing and playing, this is a great technique to try. So you simply play, for example, you could use long tones. You just play a note. And then, or if you're playing a phrase that you've practiced, as you play, you offer and you let go more and more and more as you're playing. And you'll notice that your body will loosen up and it gets lighter and lighter. And you will have that experience that the music is happening naturally on itself, on its own, and you're simply there witnessing that experience and feeling that experience. So it's kind of on autopilot.